Hi 143 fam, welcome to channel 143. I'm Antonia, thank you for being here. Each month I give away 2 free readings to 2 winners. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, leave me a comment below your video. Let me know how you've connected with your video. Also let me know that you have subscribed and I will alert winners by April 30th. Now let's jump into your April horoscopes. Hi Aquarius. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to start with your general overview for the month of April. Then I'm going to jump into love. I'll have timestamps down below. Aquarius, I forgot to mention this in my intro. I am trying to coordinate my schedule a little bit to offer you guys a little bit more availability. The majority of my readings have been Aquarius thus far, and my availability is just going super crazy fast. So I am doing what I can. I work in the music industry at a pretty high level, so I can't just completely abandon that, but I love you guys so much. Thank you for being patient. I will have a little bit more availability now in April. I'm still kind of working this out, but reach out to me if you guys are interested. Healing sessions, individual readings, I'm here for you. I'll make it happen. All right, let's jump into this. Aquarius, general overview. March 2019. Okay, Aquarius. I'm hearing that hearts are healing. Hearts are healing. For some of you, you've gotten out of relationships. I am feeling a little bit of grief. I'm feeling a little bit of grief. What Spirit is showing me is that you're on the mend, okay? So if your heart has been hurting you, whether your heart's been hurting you a little bit or you've been full-blown grief, you've been dealing with full-blown grief and there's been major losses, you're going to start to turn the corner with that in April. There is healing here for you, and Spirit is wrapped around you. Those are the words that I've been told to say to you. Wrapped around you. You have love wrapped around you, Aquarius, okay? So if you're struggling, know that you're not alone right now. However, I don't feel like this weight is so massive for all of you, and I think that you feel that you're turning the corner if hearts have been a little heavy, but understand that there is still a little bit of healing to do. I'm hearing an emotional detox, Aquarius. Some of you will totally embrace this, others of you will have a little resistance. What is an emotional detox? Cry it out. Cry it out. Have a friend, find a healer, someone you can really speak to, get things off your chest. It could be speaking directly to a romantic partner and really just letting people know how you feel that you've been struggling. However that needs to look for you, Aquarius, April's the month to do it because there's healing here, and this is why. You have so many other blessings that are trying to come in for you. You already know this, Aquas. You've been tapped into divine flow, the divine flow of life, of love, of money. Don't let this block you, but also prioritize self-healing at this time. So let's pull some cards, get a little bit of clarity. Okay, first card out. So see only love. This is really important for those of you who have been dealing with breakups. I'm also feeling like breakups from family and friends, situations that just didn't serve you and now you're moving on, or maybe somebody else felt like they needed to move on. There are blessings here for you. If you're about to go through that process with somebody, do it with love. But regardless of where you're at the very beginning of that, you haven't quite gotten the ball rolling on a separation, or you're just way past, it's been months since you separated. It's time to see the love in it. It's time to see the hidden blessings there, okay? There's strength there that you've learned. Somebody, whether they taught you kindly or they kind of forced it, you've been shown that self-love needs to be a priority, okay? So however you had to learn that in past relationships to get to where you're at now with self-love, and to consciously recognize that that needs to be a priority and to commit to it, that's a blessing no matter how you look at it, okay? So see love, but I'm also getting, try to forgive. Try to forgive what you can, okay? Especially if you're hung up on a certain person or situation that may have caused you a little bit of grief or a little bit of turmoil. Of course, your cards are already flying, Aquarius. Oh my goodness, and I actually have to stand up to get this. Okay. Let me regroup. I know you guys yell at me for playing with my hair. I know, I watch these back and I'm like, put your hands down. Okay. Aquarius, this is why. So we deal with the grief. We heal hearts, okay? Really committing to self-love, self-nurturing. You want to know what comes after that for you? You are back in the flow of life, of love, of joy. That is not a new message for Aquarius. But again, and I said this for Gemini, so there may be a little bit of crossover here, but it's more grounded, right? This energy isn't quite so like manic and it's attainable, but still kind of unattainable. And, you know, there's all this unknown and we don't know how it's going to work out yet. It's here. It has already arrived. If you are not feeling like it has already arrived, I promise you in April, you will know that. You will feel that. Do you see this? Okay, let's look at this. This isn't happiness. This is joy. The way I explain the difference to people, especially if you're a musician, okay, I'm a professional musician. Happiness is a beautiful thing. Things make us happy, but happiness can be fleeting. Joy is the higher octave, okay? Joy is what you want to achieve. This is a higher vibing energy than happiness, and this is what you're stepping into. But what is this joy for you, Aquarius? What I'm being shown is that this is fluid. Okay, do you see the water? She's jumping out of the water. There are celebrations here. Make sure you're not celebrating like too hardcore. That could be some of the emotional detoxing, and we don't want to be emotionally detoxing when we're out. You know, we've had a few too many drinks, and now we're emotionally detoxing at the wrong moment to the wrong person. Okay, so be conscious about that. Their celebration. It's this fluid money. It's fluid creativity, especially for my creative aquas. Pay attention to ideas. Ideas are going to come to you quicker and faster and in an abundance in a way that you have not experienced before. It's like all these light bulbs are going off. And aquas, you can embrace it now. Just make sure you've tended to whatever that means for you, that healing of your heart. Now, it doesn't have to be some crazy grief you're working through. You may say, okay, well, my relationships are good and you know, and no one has stepped out of the picture. I'm not planning on separating with anybody. Okay, great. Well, that's the perfect place to be now, to focus on your inner child. There's still some connection. There's still some healing that needs to happen, even if there isn't this huge catalyst for it. For many of you, you're going to know, right? A breakup. You may have lost a loved one, okay? And so many emotions could be surfacing at a very fast pace, and it could be very, very intense for you. Others of you, it's going to be smaller scale. Don't diminish the necessity to self-heal and self-nurture. If your heart is not hurting, this is just universe asking you to take a little time out, to take care of yourself. I am feeling with this card, as much joy is here for you, just don't drink too much. That's a big message that's coming through for you. Okay, don't drink too much. It's okay to go out. It's okay to go out. But again, it's just funny because like I see it. I see the visual. And maybe because I'm an Aquarius rising too, I have a particular connection to this. But you just want to make sure that you are consciously processing emotions without having, you know, alcohol in your system. Or you may be completely sober, but being out with the wrong people and expressing things to people who cannot handle someone who's emotional. We all have friends that they're great company, or family. They're great people. They want the best for you. They cannot handle you when you're emotional. It's fine. Embrace that for what it is, but recognize the boundary. Call the friend that can really be there for you. Reach out to your partner at a time when they're not distracted with things and they're not anxious and going through their own process of healing, okay? Like really be conscious about who you're asking to hold space for your healing. Reach out to a healer. Reach out and get some energy work done, okay? It will be really beneficial. Why? Because you want to keep this flow going. You want to stay in divine flow and divine flow of life. I just keep hearing the word fluid. For so many of you, you need to spend more time by the water. That alone is going to heal you. That may be what Spirit's asking you to do. With the See Only Love card, see only love within and around yourself. Make sure that that is what you're surrounded by. I'm also hearing the message to be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself while you're processing emotions. But I promise you, this sits at the center of your reading. This isn't a grieving month, okay? This month helps you heal so that you feel this. The quicker you embrace that healing, the quicker you're going to get back into the celebration. And I think for so many of you, you're so far along in the healing process, there's maybe just a little bit more to do. Maybe just a little more emotional detoxing, but you're already back in it, okay? So there is a lot of celebrating. Following joy is ask. Ask universe for what it is that you want. Ask universe to protect you. Ask universe to help you heal your heart. Ask universe for that high level love. Ask universe for that breakthrough in your career. Ask, 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 because there's a disconnect between what it is that you want and universe being able to show up and give it to you. Because Aquarius, I see that you're putting in the work. I see that you are deserving of this divine flow of joy in all areas of your life. But you have to exercise free will, because I am seeing that there are some blessings that are not being called all the way in. You want to make sure that you're allowing universe to take care of you at this time, okay? Also ask your friends for help. Ask some people. I mean, how many times have you been on the phone with your best friend and you've supported them through an emotional process? It's okay to reach out to people. Don't expect people to just intuitively know that you need help, because Aquarius, you're such a life of the party and you're so happy and so beautiful inside and out that sometimes people misread you for always being happy. You can't possibly be suffering because you kind of know how to bury it. I don't feel like Aquarius collectively likes to put their stuff on someone else. Well, guess what? Universe is asking you to trust in that process. You're not dumping energy or negative energy on anyone. You're recouping some love and some good karma. You do it for people all the time, okay? Make sure you hear that message. See only love is being clarified by daydream. This goes hand in hand with the ask, the message of asking. Know what it is that you want and then ask universe for it. Make sure that when you are manifesting consciously and asking universe for blessings, make sure that there's love at the core. Make sure you're manifesting from a very high level. Be conscious of what it is you're putting out there so that you're getting really great results. Let's pull a few more clarifiers for you. I'm just going to hold this up. So we've got joy. This is your big message here, okay? Center of your reading. We've got joy. Clarify. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about everything and anything that is blocking this. I'm telling you, there's an emotional connection this month. You may not want to cry. You may not want to spend a weekend inside just healing yourself. You might want to go out and party and be with people, be social. Trust in your process. There's something you need to be conscious of, whether it's your role in a situation. You may have to look at a relationship and say, look, I know this isn't of my highest good. And stepping out of that is how you get to this. But there's something that you still need to admit to yourself, because I am feeling like there's a version of events that's easier to believe than the truth that's in front of you. Now, of course, that doesn't apply to all of you collectively, but we're all guilty of that at times. And I don't even like the word guilty. We're human, okay? So when we're these really loving, beautiful souls that take care of other people, it's very hard to look at somebody else and say, wow, you don't know how to take care of me the way that I can take care of you. You don't know how to give that kind of love back or that support back. How does that sit with me? Would I like a partner who can actually give that back? If that's the case and I need that to be happy, then I need to step out of this and close those doors and then do some healing so that I can come into alignment with the higher level love and partnership or friendship, how whatever that means for you. But so that you can call something new all the way in, okay? But be honest with yourself about your emotions. This is not the time to pretend that you're strong and you're feeling on top of the world if you're struggling with something. Now, I'm going to say this, and I know that I'm really focused on this healing process for you right now. This isn't all healing. It's not a month of all healing, okay? It's not like you're going to have this month that you struggle through, Aquarius. It's just something that you're going to want to go into the month conscious of. Don't belittle it. Don't downplay it. Really make healing and self-nurturing a priority so that you can experience the most joy this month. But it's a big message. It's a big message for you. Okay. Let's get another clarifier here. All right. Ask is being clarified by play. If you feel like things are a little too heavy and you're like, all right, but I am dealing with it. I'm doing what I need to do. But work is really intense, and ask universe for the time. Okay. Let me hold these side by side, right? Remember, ask universe for what it is that you want. For some of you, You just want time to go out with your friends and have a good time, to be playful in a romantic partnership, okay? To step away from what it is that's making your heart a little heavy right now, and so you get back to joy. Ultimately, this is what you're circling back to. If something kind of pulled you off course a little bit, especially during the retrograde, right? Someone may have come back into your life. This could also be work related. This does not have to be personal relationships. Maybe something with work, an issue kind of resurfaced and you recognized, okay, maybe I can't salvage this business, or maybe I need to let go of this partner or this person from the company, or you're getting past all that, okay? You're not carrying that through from April 1st through the end of the month. I'm seeing for the majority of you, this is a process for the first week and a half of April, and then you circle back to this. Good job, Aquarius, that you can handle things that quickly and that beautifully, just to make sure you make yourself and your heart and what you need a priority. Let's get you a crowning card. Crowning card for Aquarius. Okay, just in case you don't believe me, just in case, crowning your whole reading. Take care of your heart healing, emotional detox. Okay? All right, we're basically done. Let's take a peek at the bottom. Cleanse, and be outside and cleanse. Heal your heart. All right, you get it. We're going to jump into love now. I love you guys. I love hanging out with you, Aquarius. I really do. I love your energy so much. Okay, don't yell at me about my hair. I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep my hands down. We're going to jump into love. Aquarius in love. April 2019. Okay. I'm feeling the heavy heart a little bit. It's not going to last. You're getting over it. If you had a heavy heart at all, romantic relationship, I'm feeling for some of you, you just feel the disconnect from a friend and it really bothers you. You're getting over it. You're healing. You're healing. You will be feeling incredible by the end of April. It's a big message for you, but that's why it came through so strong, okay? You have other blessings showing up other than the message of healing your heart. Remember joy, but that's big for you. So let's see how that pertains to love. Aquarius in love in April. All right, Aquarius. If you're single, keep an open mind to partners that show up that may not be your type. They're gold for you. They're gold. Ooh. Yeah, there's someone new showing up for you. If you went through a breakup, or there's someone you had to be honest with yourself about, no, they don't love me the way that I deserve to be loved. They can't give me the time, the energy, the affection, the loyalty in return that I give them. I'm over it. You're moving on. And I see for so many of you, your hearts are healed because a bigger love and a better love. It's kinder. I'm feeling this like kindness in love. Someone who's really reliable. They show up and all of a sudden you're like, why was I so hung up on that other person? Okay, so we have feelings, like legit romantic feelings. Trust me, they're mutual. Now we've got chemistry. Aquarius, if this is a new person showing up in your life, ooh, this is going to be good. They're not going to be the person that you think it's going to be. Okay, it may not be your type. Clarifying, keep an open mind, okay? They may not be your type, but it's so good. It'll be so good. Stay optimistic. Stay positive. Try not to block anybody. If you say, oh, I'm never dating anybody with children. I mean, for some of you, that truly is a deal breaker because you don't want children, and I get it, okay? But for others of you, you're like, well, I just want them to have that experience with just me. You may wind up meeting somebody who is like the ultimate soulmate, and they have children. And if you are so, I'm going to use the word stubborn, okay? Don't get mad at me for saying that, but if you're a little too stubborn about what love has to look like, you're going to block this a little bit. So it is important for you to at least give people a shot. Let them show you their true colors. I promise you, you will have more than one person interested in you if you're single at this time. But there's someone special. Romantic feelings is being clarified by express your love. Sitting at the center of this, before the end of the month, you are going to tell somebody that you love them or that you have legitimate feelings for them, or they are going to say it to you. Someone's going to ask you to be with them. I'm feeling for some of you, there's major commitments. Now, if you're in a relationship and things are really good, I'm actually feeling like someone may get engaged, or you may start talking about it. You may not physically get engaged, but there's a higher level commitment that's being discussed, okay? It's making your heart really happy. So again, there's somebody here that may have hurt your heart a little bit, but you get rewarded with bigger and better love. And this is what it is. So chemistry is being clarified by deception. There was somebody who wasn't all the way honest and authentic with you, okay? We cut ties, we deal with that, we heal hearts. You get this beautiful new love, okay? Someone who isn't afraid of their feelings, who can show up and be reliable and stable for you, and you still have this chemistry intact. So for those of you in committed relationships, I'm getting the sense someone knows that you're in a relationship, but you guys have some chemistry. And on your end, it's not inappropriate. You may just be communicating with somebody and you're really fun and you're really beautiful. And so naturally they're attracted. There's someone in your, I don't think it's in your immediate circle, but it's someone like just on the outside of the immediate circle. So maybe when you go to events, you see them there, work events, social gatherings. So it's not like your closest friend, but it could be a friend of a friend, but they're close to you. They're feeling some sort of chemistry for you or with you, but they're not it, right? And they're being a little shady because they know you're committed to somebody else, and yet they're still trying to pursue you. Red flags all around that. Even if you were single, I don't see that person being a good fit for you, so don't fall into that. And I'm not saying that you will. I'm not saying that you would definitely give that person a shot or it would even cross your mind, but just know that somebody is showing up without being all the way authentic, and someone's intentions may not be all the way pure. That is a completely different entity. Universe is showing me two completely different people here. That's one person, and then the other person is this beautiful soul who wants to love you, and they will be beautiful and pure to love. For those of you that are single, this may be two different people showing up, okay? And one of them, all right, you may feel like you have some chemistry with, but it's just not real, okay? Or there's physical attraction, but the experience that you would actually have with this person wouldn't be a high vibing one. It would be very difficult. So don't get caught up. And this is a big message for those of you that are single. If you're choosing between people, you have a few options right now. I see that there's someone where there's like this magnetic physical chemistry. The physical is really good and it's really on point. And I understand how attractive that is. And there's somebody else in the picture that you haven't let in quite so intimately because they're not your type. This other person with this chemistry looks like they're your type. On paper, they're your type. That person's being deceptive. This one that you're not giving the time to all the way, they're actually the one that's going to be the better partner for you. So keep that in mind, crowning your reading. Okay. Finances and career. Some of you, I see this like deceptive person who's not being respectful of your current relationship and commitment to somebody else. It could be somebody you work with. You're just having conversations with somebody at work and it's totally innocent on your end. You're not flirting, you're just being you. They're very attracted to you. They may try to push that forward. Be careful when you're in social settings with them. Try not to be too vulnerable around them. Don't drink too much around them. Maybe don't drink around them at all. If you're going to social gatherings around work, be very careful about the amount of alcohol that you consume. That's a big message coming through, both in the general and in love. But if you have, say, like a conference or there's some big dinner or something you have to go to, but it's work, right? This isn't a friend's birthday. This is work related. Be sober if you can, have a glass of wine or something. Don't go crazy because there's just something deceptive there. For those of you that are a little bit more in the spotlight, when you're doing something in this work environment, it's social, but it's still for work. There is somebody I am feeling that is trying to come through. They're looking for you to be vulnerable, okay? And it's someone that maybe super, super hot. You're like, wow, that would be amazing to experience that with this person, but There's something off, okay? For others of you, okay, that message isn't for everybody, but it's coming through strong enough that it is crowning your reading. But also in regards to finances and career, Aquarius, career, you're working very hard. Aquarius, collectively, it's like your star is rising so fast, you may not even know how to deal with that. It may distract you a little from love, and you know what? The message for you is that that's okay. Just make time for self-healing. Keep chasing those dreams and putting that work into whatever it is you're working on. You will still be rewarded with love. It makes you even more attractive to really good partners. Obviously, some people will see your success and their intentions, again, may not be all the way pure. But there's this other one. It's like they work at the same level as you. They don't need your money or your success, or they don't need anything from you. They just want to show up and love you. That's that message. Hold space for that one to come through, okay? But really beautiful energy even around work, because some of you will actually be meeting somebody beautiful in a work setting. Obviously not this one, right? Intuitively, you'll know who this is. I don't want to scare you. You'll know who that is. Like, I know without a shadow of a doubt. You'll just know that person. You'll trust that there'll be red flags. You're good. X them out. Move on. Go talk to somebody else, okay? But in some sort of work environment too. But it's specific to travel. I feel like you're traveling, Aquarius. If you're traveling, and it may be travel for work, the person you may meet may not work in the same field as you. Keep an open mind, okay? Bottom of the deck, soulmate. Soulmate energy. Wow. Make the effort, and then we've got this travel. So yeah, travel is going to be big for some of you in terms of meeting a new partner. If you're having a little bit of a difficult time, or you have, especially during the retrograde with a current partner, but you know they're your soulmate, you know you still want to be with them, now's the time to regroup and make the effort. What I'm feeling specific for those of you, to those of you that are in committed relationships with a partner, make time to be more flirtatious. Make time, like really commit to more passion, more love, reconnecting. I think for some of you, the issue is just that you've been working so hard that someone's really starting to miss you, and it's causing a little bit of distance. This could go both ways, but make the effort to go above and beyond those gestures, those love notes, those date nights, you know. And if you can travel, do it. If you can travel with your partner, you're golden. It's just beautiful energy around Aquarius traveling, especially if it's around water. Aquarius, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I will be back April 15th. I must have March 15th. Wow, April 15th for your love reading. In the meantime, I'm sending you so much love and light. If you would like to schedule a reading or a healing session with me, you know how to reach me. Check out my website, UrbanSoulGuru.com. My email, my website, everything you need to know is in the description box below. I'll see you guys back here soon. Sending so much love, so much light to Aquarius. Ciao.